Alright, you guys, it finally looks like we've made it to the Great Spirit Valu's secret dungeon of unrequited love. How about we go see what all the hot fuss is about? That's right, ladies and gentlemen, it is none other than the almighty, fire-breathing Queen Gohma who is tormenting the hell out of our good friend Valu. And as you can clearly see, there's not a whole lot we can do about that from here, so I say we go ahead and administer a regal dose of what I like to call using your environment to advantage, to drop a ceiling on the head of an unsuspecting asshole, because for some reason it clears headaches and indigestion like no other. And boy, I'll tell you, it just so happens to be what the doctor ordered. Oh man, and Linky is just so determined to continue the damage. Oh, but a good thing about this entire fight is that it leaves us with quite a picturesque scene. But you guys didn't have as neat a summer vacation as I did. Alright, fun time's over. Now for round 2 in grappling with the great tail in the ceiling. Ideally, I'd say you'd probably want to stay up top, since you're a lot less vulnerable up there to damage, but you can still succumb to flying lava and fire everywhere, so be wary of that. And while we are safe in the upper shafts of Valu's favorite room, we tear up the roof once again, and oh man, that just looks so painful. Alright, Gohma, listen, be nice, or I will not hesitate to throw even more pots at you. That obviously showed her, and man, that looks so cool. Even though the frame rate drops to an abysmal level, it's incredible. And I love how Valu's tail just kind of slips through the one hole in the ceiling there. Alright, it's time to go for gold right here and right now to get rid of all of her silly little armor that she thought would protect her. And there we have it. Yeah, not feeling so high and mighty now, are you, Madam Gohma? I guess you could say it's free reign with the grappling hook if you keep your eye on the prize. Isn't that right, Queenie? Ah, never mind. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. You just come closer, just a little bit, and let's take her out. You know, I love how the heart of this massive creature just so happened to be in her eye. Seems like an anatomical nightmare to me, but we just defeated our first head honcho and earned ourselves a brand new heart container. God, even to this day, it's so gratifying picking that up and seeing that heart count increase. It's so good. But with that, let's head inside of the whirlwind and get the hell out of here. Allison, wait, how do you know my name? Oh, it's only you guys. Creepy children gotta be sneaking up behind me. Well, Prince Kamali, don't you have something you want to say? Well, I mean, not really, since you kind of dragged me out here against my will, but anyway. Much like the chieftain, mentally happened to gossip about our entire adventure in quelling the angst of the ancient spirit to anybody within listening distance, even though she wasn't there for any of it whatsoever, but he's sorry for not trusting us and hopes to be just like me someday. Isn't it nice that 11-year-olds can continue to be role models for 11-year-olds everywhere? That's the world I want to live in. But with that all having been said and done, I want you to take this. Giving you the thing I value most will give me the courage I need to stand up to bad things. Yeah, I don't think that's exactly how that works, young prince. But you know what? I'll take it. Ladies and gentlemen, we've received Din's Pearl. Even though it's a little sticky, it's the gem that the Ritos claim was passed down from the great goddess. Keyword there being claimed. It seems like we have some unverified information floating around, but isn't enough. The great Valoo is grateful to you, Ellison. Wait, how do you know that? Don't be putting words into his mouth. Oh, hero, thank you. Oh, hero, use the wind god's wind. Wind god's wind, huh? Well, what else of his would I possibly be using? His legendary blender? Also, it's a bit redundant and pretty self-explanatory if you ask me. I wonder if it has anything to do with that wind shrine through the tunnel. Why? Luckily we already spoke with another spirit of the sky and dealt with that, so I think we're good. And what do you mean he names this as a true hero? When did he say that? All I did was squash a bug who was doing questionable things to his tail, but you know it's probably to cover up the fact that he enjoyed it. But who knows? It's all said and done and we're a bona fide hero amongst 11-year-olds everywhere. Alright, go and be free, my children. Collect the best damn pair of wings anyone's ever seen, and maybe you can be related to the plot sometime in the distant future. For now, you've got some Red Bull to procure. See you again someday. Oh, that was the last time we ever heard from potential love interest number 1. So with that having been all said and done, our visit to the wonderful Dragon Roost Island has come to an end for the time being. And although I'd like to return to this place on better tidings, we will fortunately come again soon, if not only to lay our heads on the warm sand, feet in the water, and copious amounts of mail on our face, as well as notes and bottles. Wonderful. Alright, Red, what do you got? It would seem that Ganon sent those monsters to this place. Well, it's a bit presumptuous, wouldn't you say? But there's no time to lose, we must depart at once for the place where the next pearl sleeps. To the south we go. Now, interestingly enough, he doesn't actually let you board him until you have the wind blowing in the right direction, which is a really bizarre decision by the devs to not allow you to do. But before we set off, let's actually check that bottle real fast, huh? That sounds like a good idea. Pig heist, lol. Oh god. Oh, great. Well, that certainly works for me. Good one there, buddy. Alright, but enough lollygagging. Let's play the Requiem of Wind and make haste to the south. Wonderful. There we go. I hope you're happy now, King. The wind will be going exactly where it needs to be, so thanks for not letting me seek asylum on your body. So we can finally set sail to the south and enjoy the ride because we've got quite a ways to go. Here we are now going to the south side. I'll pick up my friends and we hope we don't die. Sail all night through heaven and hell. Come back, love, I feel so well. What is this? Looks like we got a fan of old Moby out here on the briny deep. And wouldn't you know, it's a talking fish. How hard did I hit my head back there, man? Jeez. Alright, looks to me it's got nothing but seas drawn on it. Well, I mean, considering this world puts Kevin Costner to shame, it shouldn't come as any surprise at the amount of sea we have on here, but it's apparently a sorry-ass excuse of a sea chart according to this fish that is literally called a fishman. Don't give me that stupefied look, it makes you look like you ought to be in diapers. Well, you know what, I'll have you know, Mr. Fishman, that I just turned 11, and honestly, I just came out here to have a good time, rescue my sister, do what all other children my age would do out on the open sea, so I really don't need you attacking me like this. God damn it. So the main purpose of these fish is to allow you to fill in the map on your sea chart. It's pretty useful if you don't know what's going on, and every time you feed all-purpose bait to one of them, They'll fill in one of the 49 spaces on your map and tell you a little secret you otherwise might not have known about something. So luckily this one's on the house, but he tells us about this peculiar cave around the backside of the island. He's referring to something we can't access quite yet, but he doesn't think we'll be able to get there unless we manage to spread wings and fly. That is, well, we'll get close, I guess, but I certainly hope he isn't referring to any future Zelda titles, but that's all he can do for us, although he's kind enough to let all his brethren across the sea know exactly what we're up to, so they can lend us their fin and aid us in our quest. What a great chap this one is. And I'll try and get my sea chart as filled in as possible. Don't you worry about a thing. Oh, you there, kingly red lion. That's it, I've repaid my debt. I'm done, fucking done. You take care of the rest. Oh, that's wonderful. Maybe Mr. Fishman got himself into some trouble in the past and Mr. Red Lion had to bail him out or something. Well, it's nice to know that they could make amends to help an 11-year-old out in need. But anyways, back on the open sea we go, and like I mentioned before, we spend a ton of time sailing from island to island. And since a lot of places aren't too outrageously out of the way, the first time we sail somewhere, I'll probably show the entire journey. So that way it isn't just let's play Wind Waker Bridged, you know. But as we continue south, we've got ourselves a really cool looking island by the name of Fire Mountain. This place looks incredible, especially at night and while it's raining, so let's get a quick picture for the Christmas card. People will claim it's photoshopped, but you know what, they can just shove it. We will return here for plot-based purposes later, but for now, all we can do is appreciate the natural beauty and maybe feed a daredevil fish in the process. Just kind of hanging out over here, showing off. How's it going, buddy? Just talked to your cousin, a quadrant north. I'm sure word travels fast around these parts. Yeah, so please and thank you. I'll just show as many of these that are necessary. It's the same thing over and over, but they do give different advice per square, so I guess it's somewhat important. Alright, what do you got for me? You see that there volcano's spewing out lava like there's no tomorrow? Yeah, well, they say there's a great treasure hidden inside that thing, and anybody who's stupid enough to try to get in there without the correct equipment is bound to be burnt to a crisp. So heed my words as he tells us that in order to get inside, we ought to head 1 square north and 4 squares west of here. That's where the power to freeze anything is hidden. God, the power that you would be able to do anything with that would be incredible, so yeah, maybe we'll come back here and say 50 parts or so, but it'll be so glorious. Thank you so much, good sir. I will keep on fighting the good fight, dude. So let's get out of here. So long, Fire Mountain. We'll be back eventually, and oh my god. Do you guys see that adventurous-ass seagull getting right up into the flames there? Man, talk about a seagull with balls, holy smokes. What a maverick. So how's it going, you guys? My name is Ellison Cruz, and I hope you guys have been enjoying the series so far. Finished up 3D Land a few days ago, and I'm getting over this cold, but I have the first 4 episodes of the series scheduled to go up in a couple of weeks here. I wanted to get way ahead of the game since Breath of the Wild is coming out in, what, 2 or 3 days? It's so close, and I'm so excited, even though I won't get a whole lot of time to play since I've been working a ton, and Sarah and I have actually preparing to find a place to live in Seattle, so that's very exciting. And over here we're introduced to the novel concept of updrafts, and that might not seem too pertinent immediately, but if you hop into them, they will send you flying. So we've got these sea octoroks who are jerks, but luckily they're not very formidable and they tend to show up more at night, so it's not too bad. But as the sea turns from day to night, everything looks so cool in the distance. And hey, how's it going? We've got the Cosby Bunch over here. Got myself a sweet-ass first edition release day copy of the new grappling hook. It came signed by Dr. H.R. Grapplehook Esquire. But I guess now that we have it, he's gonna tell us about the ability to scrounge for treasure on the sea floor and put our sea charts to great use, since as of now they've just been pocket weights and kinda useless. Sweet. A lot of first-time hunters give up pretty easily because they don't know how it works. Well, thanks for your advice, man. I guess I'll see you guys later. Oh, I'll see you guys later. Oh, man. Oh, but you know, before we go, let's get a quick picture, just while I'm here, you know? I'm gonna miss you guys, but here we go. I'm not gonna miss you enough to take a selfie, though. Hope you understand. Now, this island is very peculiar, and one we will certainly be returning to in the distant future, although there's virtually nothing to do there yet. But I say we give our good acquaintance the old fishman some food, so we can bait him into giving us some nice old information, please. And again, I won't showcase a majority of these, simply because it's so time-consuming, but since we're on the way, might as well, you know. Plus, I don't think I've even seen all of the advice they could give us, so who knows if I can learn anything new from these dudes. So we've got ourselves Eastern Triangle Island. Cool, I guess. Tell me, small fry, have you got a fairy? Why, yes indeed, sir. Anybody who's played a Zelda game knows that the fairy trafficking business is quite a lucrative one. So once we've been beaten to a pulp, she will rise from the bottle we imprisoned her into and sacrifice what's left of her pathetic little life in order to preserve ours. It's kind of morbid when you think of it that way, but this kind fish has pointed us in the direction of something that might actually be really useful. And I will most certainly do that, as we already seem to be heading in that direction, so multitasking. There we go. Something I absolutely love about this version is just being able to do that while you're sailing, and also have these Octoroks pop out of nowhere. What are you doing? Get out of here, you creep. As nice and as peaceful as the sea is at night, you get a bunch of weirdos and enemies that come out and just stare at you while you sail on by. It's awkward, but it's kind of cool.